Hey y'all, it's Chimdi. This is my first video in my new apartment. I'm so happy. I'm gonna make a separate I moved to New York video, you already know. I actually wanna talk in this video about how you never know who is watching, so you need to stay on your game. I am an ambassador for this dope social media platform called Trove Collective. Right now it's invite only, but with my code TRVE14, you can join, and it is currently for iPhone users. This is my first ambassadorship, and it wasn't something that I sought out. It was something that someone noticed me and they reached out, and that's how I was able to get it. And actually a lot of the opportunities I've gotten have come that way. And basically it works as a online like curation collection of all of your favorite things, or just things you want to keep note of. Books, songs, podcasts, TV shows, movies. That's how I'm currently using it. I've got a couple of collections on like my healing journey with Thomas Hubel, Netflix shows that have completely restructured how I think, motivation for quitting your job. So I'm using it for like whatever is kind of like on my spirit. I'm like collecting all different resources there on Trove. When you join, for my iPhone users, please follow me on there. So I want to just kind of name for you all the different things I've gotten that have come, not because I went out and searched for it and sought it out, but because I was myself showing up as me and they were attracted to me. And then share a few things for you to keep in mind, for you to embody this, hopefully, wisdom into your own life. So that is the point of this video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Shout out to my Patreon people. My Patreon is growing again, which makes me very happy. I think it's in part because I've started doing lives again, 30 minutes live here on YouTube, and then 30 minutes just for the Patreon people. And I'm actually gonna start going live on Instagram too this week. So I'll share more in the community post. That's like the main way that I share information. If you're wondering about all these things, check out that tab. Okay. Let's get into this video. So first, I want to share examples from my life to show that this is not just BS what I'm talking about. This has genuinely been my experience. And I think that's the thing with YouTube in general. One of my upcoming videos is going to be about some of the unintended consequences of having a YouTube channel. And part of it has to do with you never know who is watching you in ways that you otherwise would not be watched if you were not showing up publicly. And that leads to you getting all these dope opportunities. So the first one, my first ever sponsorship, this jewelry company, I have a video about how it could be that I'm still single. It's a really fun video. I was watching it back recently and I was like, this is good. I'm trying to figure out ways to incorporate that like me playing two characters thing again, because y'all seem to really like it and it's really fun. It's just the editing that takes a lot. I did not reach out to them. I had not heard of them. They found me and they reached out and they said, hey, would you be interested in this sponsorship? And that was how I got my first ever sponsorship. And the same is true for this ambassadorship. I did Remote Year, which is a 12-year program, 12-month program. They also have like retreats, 1-month programs, 4-month programs, etc. But I did the year-long version. You join a group of 30 plus people, strangers, and then every month you go to a new country. Incredible, game-changing. I also have a referral code for that. Check the description box. And people have also been using that and I appreciate y'all. I did this program. We are in a Slack channel together, everyone who is an alum of the program, which is incredible because you get to share resources and learn and ask questions. Gained so much just from the Slack channel alone. Like multiple apartments that I have subleased have been through the Remote Year Network. Strongly recommend. I was just sharing, sharing my YouTube channel, sharing what I've been up to. They literally have a Slack channel called Shameless Promotion. It's like one of the groups, whatever, that you can join. And then it's someone who worked for Trove noticed and reached out to me. I said something to the effect of like, oh, it's because I posted that recent video that you were aware of me. She was like, no girl, I've been following you for a while. And I feel like that's the thing that we forget is we think unless someone explicitly says something to us, that's how we know that they are checking in on us. But there are people who are quietly watching you move and are being inspired, are being threatened, are being, called to think about their own life, and they will never tell you about it. I feel like the perfect way you can know this for yourself is to look at your Instagram stories and to see who's been watching your stories. People from my past, from like 8 years ago, who are still curious about what I'm up to. And part of me wants to say, oh, maybe they're just like on Instagram a lot. No, there's some people that it doesn't matter how often you are on Instagram, you are not checking for them. And there's other people who you're like, what are they up to? And you see. The other example that I have for you is all the Adobe stuff that I've gotten to do. I only got Creator Camp, and I've told you all this before, through Halise. By the way, she successfully funded 2 more episodes of her web series, which is wonderful. It's called This Could Have Been an Email. She DM'd me on Instagram. I had never even heard of it. I didn't even know it was a thing that Adobe offered. On that same wavelength, I just had an amazing call with this dope woman named Tierney, also from Remote Year. She said that Chase is doing this program for Black entrepreneurs. You have to have made like at least $100K in profit, but basically you're getting like C-suite mentorship for like minimum 6 months, weekly or bi-weekly, to help you support your business. So if that's where you are in your entrepreneurship journey, Chase is here to support you. Shout out to Tierney for telling me about that. But yeah, Halise just DM'd me, and that is how I got to be associated with this incredible brand. Through that creator camp, I then got a part-time job working for Adobe. I actually recently stopped working with them. I kind of felt, you know, the shifts continue on. It no longer made sense for me to do it, but I'm so incredibly grateful for that team, for that experience, for what I learned, for the people that I got to meet. And she told me later she had seen my video about me quitting my job, and that's how I was even on her radar. People that I did not know were watching me. There's like a commonly said quote that's like, your name is being spoken in rooms that you aren't even aware of. So given that, I'm gonna give you 3 specific mindsets that I think can help as you're moving through your life, so you can remember to always sort of live in alignment, because you never know who's watching. The first one is the person that you are talking to might have the power to change your life. I strongly believe that God blesses us through people. And so if you treat every conversation, from the person that you are talking to at the laundromat, to the person sitting next to you on the bus, your friend that you're meeting at a happy hour, you know, a coworker who you just ran into on the street, every single person, if you treat them as if they have a gift for you, and if you are just present enough, you are going to receive it, I guarantee, this is a chimney guarantee, that you are going to receive some gifts and some opportunities and some blessings that you otherwise would not have received, because you are present enough to receive it. That has happened to me genuinely so many times. The example of the Chase like coaching program for Black folks, would not have known about it, right? Being present in the moment to really be with the person you're talking to will unlock so many blessings in your life. The second mindset is that the thing that you are creating has the power to change someone else's life. I do creative coaching, so I help other creatives and also folks who are just in different stages of their life undo some of the limiting beliefs, create a life that's actually in alignment, realize their creative goals. It's really incredible work. And I was supporting a woman who actually wanted help with quitting her job. I was like, does that really make sense? You know, quitting a job is creative, but I felt a strong alignment, and so we moved forward. And she left me the most incredible message, and she told me, Chimdi, you have literally saved my life, you know, because she was going down a certain trajectory, and she'd been on that trajectory for a while. And through my videos and through working with me, it completely shifted it and got her back in alignment, back with what she wanted to be doing. And I feel so grateful. Like, it's a humbling thing to be able to save people's lives. So often we think, oh, if I'm a creative person, if I'm an artist, how does that compare to being a firefighter, being a doctor? It is equally important. The work that we do is life-changing and is life-saving. So if you treat the video you're making, the art you're painting, the music you're producing, whatever it is, if you treat it with that same energy, that is the result it's gonna have. And then the final mindset that I would share with you is that the healing you're doing is healing yourself and your ancestors. I've been sharing some of the powerful learnings that I've gotten from the Timeless Wisdom training and the in-person retreat I did in North Carolina a couple of weeks ago. This is a 2-year program focused on healing personal, ancestral, and collective trauma. I had a moment where I was doing some self-soothing, gently rubbing my thighs, and I'm the kind of person who I like to soothe and to rub, and just, it's a way of comfort for me. And I was reflecting on my mom, because that week was focused on attachment. I talked about how she had this very gentle, loving caress and embrace and touch, which was so, you know, beautiful and helpful for me when I was growing up. In the moments when I am, you know, doing my own self-soothing, I am remembered of her touch. And that was the first time that I understood that it's not that I'm this separate person. Actually, it's one long tradition of life itself. The touch that I have is not my touch, and it's not even my mother's touch. It's the touch from our line going infinitely back. The healing I'm doing is not just my healing, it's the healing of the line going infinitely back, because there is no separation. And that was a concept that I could never understand. I was like, how is it that when I heal, my ancestors heal? And that was the first time that I understood it's because there's one line, there's no stop and start. In my experience, the healing also ripples out in real time now. Our families in real time, our friends, our community in real time, all heal when we heal. It can be really difficult to face the things that we don't want to face and to create create space and to meditate and to sit with those uncomfortable feelings. But it's not just you that you are healing. You're healing me too. When you do your work, you're healing me over here. And when I'm doing my work, I'm healing you, and I'm creating and pouring into this field that's healing all of us. So please remember that it's not just about you. It's not just about me. It's not just about any of us. It's about all of us. I just want to say thank you for watching. I appreciate you. And then if you want to, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm going to start doing more reels, and I'm just out here looking great and stunting, having my titties out all over the country and all over the world. That's basically what Instagram is, right? Thank you to the Patreon people. Again, y'all are the best. If you're interested in coaching, that's the email, biz.chimdihazy@gmail. Reach out, we can have a free consult call. And a new thing I started doing is one-off, just Q&A sessions, like one-on-one. So if there's something that you just want to ask me more about regarding quitting my job, quitting smoking, moving to LA, now moving to New York, shaving my head, like getting eye surgery, doing remote year. I've done so many different things on my channel. And if you are like, hey, I actually would really love to learn more about this one particular thing and get your advice, but maybe I don't necessarily need a coaching program, I have created a way for you to do that. If you have an iPhone, sign up and support your girl by joining Trove Collective and using my code TRBE14. Thank you so much, Trove Collective, for giving me the beautiful opportunity to be an ambassador for what is a really dope social media platform. Ooh, okay, there is like one more thing. Look, I'm giving y'all so much. First off, comment below which of these tips resonate with you, if any of them resonate with you, and what is one thing that you have received in your life that came out of nowhere. It was just you being you and it just came into your life, because I would love to hear it and like celebrate you being blessed, because there's nothing better than sharing our blessings. And then I am starting a podcast, y'all. Yes, it's called Voice Notes from Your Friends. I actually talked about it already in the live that I did on Saturday, and it's gonna be literally me sending you voice notes, because I send all my friends very long and beautiful voice notes. And I remember during the pandemic actually having these really beautiful conversations. We were on different time zones, so it was tough to kind of schedule calls. I felt so blessed and honored and held by those conversations in the midst of the incredible isolation we're all going through. And I remember thinking like, I wish everyone could have this. I wish everyone could have a friend that they could send voice notes to. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to create. That is what I'm creating with this podcast. I'm not sure if I want to create separate, like a separate Instagram for it and a separate email for it. I think it'd be kind of cool, because then like y'all could send voice notes to that email or that Instagram page or whatever, and maybe I could feature them. But I have to figure out a way for you to send me audio files that I could then like download and keep. So let me know. See, let's use our resources, our shared resources. If you know of a way that you could send me audio files that I could then use in future podcasts, let me know so we can make that happen. Okay, that's the last thing. I love y'all. Thank you for the support. Thank you for 15,000 subscribers. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Thanks 15,000 of y'all for subscribing to my channel. I asked in the live if I should do a separate celebration, and Unique was like, girl, yes. I gotta think about what that would look like. I just really do appreciate you all so much. Bye y'all.